the room. Hi there. My name is Tulis McCall, and I am a wedding celebrant. And now I'm going to repeat what I just said because some of you are sitting there going, what? What? Her name is what? She's a what? Happens. My name is Tulis, T-U-L-I-S. Was my grandmother's last name, my first name. You know the drill. I'm a wedding celebrant. That means I celebrate weddings. That means I marry people. I make them legal. I am a required element at a wedding. Now, you may have heard the term wedding officiant. I am that too, because every wedding celebrant is a wedding officiant. But not every wedding officiant is a wedding celebrant, if you get my drift. Because wedding celebrants always celebrate, and wedding officiants don't always get a chance to, or perhaps are not asked to. When I was coming up, when my parents were coming up, grandparents, etc., people had very few, choices for people who would celebrate their wedding. Go to a house of worship, go to the city clerk's office, or go to an elected official like a justice of the peace or a mayor, senator, something like that. That's what you had to do. That was it. But these days, people are sort of thinking, you know, I think I would like to have a wedding that celebrates my relationship with this person. We would like to have a wedding that celebrates us, which is great for me because that's exactly what I do. I create custom weddings with the result that the locations are as varied as the couples. I have married people in restaurants, city clubs, country clubs, backyards, front yards, porches, kitchens, dining rooms, basements, rooftops. I've married people in Central Park and Central Park and Central Park. I've married people in boats. I married someone in a little dinghy in a lake in Central Park. I've married people in hospital rooms. I've married people in, there was that one couple I married in a rather large-sized supply closet in a hotel on the Upper East Side. I'm going to get back to that. But these are all custom weddings. So something happened the other day. I was getting ready to do this talk for you, and I just want to tell you this quick little story because I went into this it's a fancy little town in Connecticut. So I went into the grocery store, and fancy little grocery store, and there was this fancy little magazine from the town in Connecticut. And on the cover it says, "Let's fall in love with the wedding season. 32 pages of tips." I went, yeah, that's right up my alley. Get 32 pages of tips right here to have and to hold the perfect wedding. So I open it up, and it says, here's an ad for a spa. Here's an ad for some bling. Here's an ad for a venue. Here's an ad for flowers. I'm going, where's the tips? So I get to the table of contents, and here, there's a wedding resource guide. Let me look at that, says I. I open it up. Wow, I think I can read this without my glasses. It's a good day. Here are the categories: beauty, bridal fashion, cakes, caterers, flowers, event planners, jewelers, custom invites and gifts, photographers, salon and spa, tents. I didn't know tents was an actual category. Transportation and venue. Notice anything missing from planning the perfect wedding? Try the ceremony. Not in here. I think I know why, but what it basically means is you're in love, you get engaged, now what? Where are you going to find this information? I think that having something like this without a representation of the ceremony in there is kind of like making a donut without a hole. Actually, in New York, we call those bialys, but that's a different talk. So let's consider the ceremony, especially the custom ceremony. Some of you are going to be turned off right away, I understand, because all what you want is to go to City Hall and have a, 10-minute, 15-minute, whatever it is, bang, you're done, you're out of there. Let's just have that be the ceremony. I understand. Then you're not going to come to me, so bye-bye now. But you may enjoy my talk because I'm kind of interesting. I think that a ceremony, a custom ceremony, becomes the center of your day. And the center of the custom ceremony is your love story. The center of your love story is bada bing, bada boom, your heart. Now, some of you are thinking, well, how would I even do that? I don't know how to do that. That's why you have somebody like me along to guide you, ask you questions, to have you write things down, to talk to you. It's the center. I know. Try this. Because I can hear you now. You're going, I don't even remember what I had for breakfast. How am I supposed to remember my love story? Listen to me. Just do this much. Watch. It's going to be so easy. This is for anybody who's ever been in love, ever. And if you've been in love several times, just pick one person. Do you remember when you met that person? When you first saw that person? Mm-hmm. Do you remember when you thought, ooh, I like that package? Mm-hmm. Do you remember when you thought, I think I could be in love? Remember when you thought, this could be the one? Yeah. Well, sometimes all those things happen at once. I'm not kidding. Sometimes they do. But you see how easy it was for you to remember that? Not a problem. You just dip your toe into your ceremony and bada bing, bada boom. It's done. And that's where you start. And because you start there, your ceremony becomes more than the prelude to the reception. And we've all been to those dull, boring, too long, too short, waste of time ceremonies. We've all done that. You start with your love story, that is not going to happen. And the other thing that is going to happen is that it becomes a gift for your guests. Yes, I know they're the ones that are supposed to be bringing you gifts. Got it. But imagine their surprise when they discover that the ceremony is a gift for them. It's not something you ever say, but once you delve into your love story, all the things that make it unique, they feel it. Their hearts open up and they can feel your love, which is what they want to do anyway. When you say that you're engaged to people, you know what they want to say? They want to go, why? Not in a pejorative way. They just want to go, tell me. I want to know why. What is it that makes this so special? I want to know it. I want to feel it. They can feel it at your love. They can feel your love story at your ceremony. When you tell it, then they get the love. They get the whole kit and caboodle. Then they relax. They reach in and they actually touch your love. They can actually do that. And they take a little bit with them. And because nature abhors a vacuum, they leave a little bit. By the time you get to the end of the ceremony, we're all just like one big bucket of love. Doesn't have to be frou-frou, doesn't have to be sweet, doesn't have to be anything. It's just the way you want it. And everybody feels the love. Now, because you're smart cookies, you go, okay, so we got the love thing down. That's really nice. But you also want to know, do they really even want to know about our love story? Yes, the answer is yes. If they're going to end up in their Sunday go-to-meeting clothes, some of them are going to be wearing high heels, dancing backwards. Yes, they want to know. But you also are thinking, well, I don't even know what goes into a ceremony. And you feel a little stupid about that because you've been to so many ceremonies. You think, I should know by now. No, that's not a guest's responsibility. Guest responsibility is to love the people who are getting married. That's it. So, I got a little present for you. It's called, do you love this title? I made this title up. That's the kind of writer I am. Elements and Style for Your Walk Down the Aisle. I just love that. It's got all the logistics in there, the beginning, the middle, and then where people stand. What do you use for bridesmaids for? How about groomsmen? Do you need a flower girl? Do you want a backdrop? Do you want a hubba? What do you want? All of that is in here. Things that you never even thought about. So you send me your email, I'm going to send you that. Oh, and I forgot to tell you one other thing. We're kind of riffing here. About your love story. I know. Back to that old love story again. Here's what I want you to do. This is so simple. I want you to get yourself one of these little books, right? Little reporter's notebooks. They open up like this, and they open like this. You could pretend you're a reporter. In the front, I want you to write down things that you love. Maple walnut ice cream, poodles, gold jewelry, stephanotis. I don't know. Do that again. I know my hair is, okay, do this again. You could pretend that you're a reporter. In the front, you write down things that you love. It could be, I love teddy bears. I love geraniums. I love books with a red cover. I love straw baskets. I love elephants. I love balloons. I love pink. Just write it down. First of all, it's going to make you happy just to think about all the things that you love. And these might go into your wedding. Just never know. It's not a commitment. It's just a list. Then you go to the back of the pad and you write down things that you love about your partner. Maybe you like the way they brush their teeth, or the way they have a certain kind of a meal in the morning, or the way they go grocery shopping, or just the way they walk. Maybe you like their toes. Maybe you like those shoes that they... Write all that down. So this is two things. It's going to remind you why you're marrying the person that you marry. And this will come in handy when you start to bicker, which you will, especially about the wedding ceremony. And all the people and all the elements who want to have an opinion about your wedding day. They'll show up in spades if they haven't already. So when you're bickering, you can just say, hold please. I just need to remember why we're doing this. Hold on, darling. I'm going to remember why I love you so much. Oh. Okay, we can go back to bickering now. I know why I love you. Time saver. Get these. Now, other thing, because you're smart cookies, you want to know what happens if something goes wrong. That's in here too. But here are things that could go wrong. Oh, what if the photographer doesn't show up? People have phones now. Duh, not to worry. What if it rains? Umbrellas! Or you have a backup plan, which is what I always recommend. You make plans in the restaurant or wherever you're going, somewhere that you might have to have the wedding as well as the reception or the dinner, whatever it is that you're having. What if someone forgets the license? That's happened. Somebody goes and gets it. What if someone really forgets the license, as in didn't get the license? Well then, you get it later and you get married again. That way you have 2 anniversaries. Only the inside people will know that. That takes me back to the guys in the supply closet. They forgot the license, only they didn't even know where they put it. I met in Central Park. They were they were fabulous. They both had on matching checkered shirts. One was blue and one was red. And they came up to me and they were very happy, and they just sort of pulled me aside and said, we don't know where the license is. No one seems to have it. So we had a little chat about that, and I said, we are proceeding, gentlemen. I'm going to marry you right now, as all their friends were there. And then there was a tiny little reception, and everybody was going off before they met for dinner that night. So we excused ourselves after that tiny little reception, went back to the hotel. They went upstairs. They came back down in about 10 minutes, sweating bullets, so relieved, had that license. So we did what any normal couple and wedding officiant would do. We just called on the concierge who showed us into the supply closet, and I conducted the details of the wedding with the concierge doing what concierges do, taking care of clients. That's how we got into the closet. Some people are coming out of the closet, not us. We went into the closet. So, about this. I believe your wedding is a transformation. You go from becoming beloved ones to becoming married. You change on a molecular level. And with your guests as an honor guard, everybody feels it, as I say. And I also say at the end of the wedding, look at them. They look different. Because at the beginning of the wedding, I say, look at them now. They're individuals. They're beloveds. Send them love. They're going to look different at the end of the wedding. We get to the end of the wedding, and everybody who was going, oh, yeah, right, go, whoa, they do look different. That's because the wedding ceremony comes from your love story, and your love story comes from your heart. And your heart doesn't fit in here. Everything in here is a commodity. Feel, taste, touch, smell, hear. That's not your love story. Your love story is living right here and right in your other person and right in everything between you. That's why it's not in here. It's too big, even though it should be in here. So there you are. Your love story is, just keep going back to it. Keep feeding it, nurture it like it's a garden, take care of it, and it will give you fruit and flowers and vegetables all your lives. Because I believe that this is a transformation, I believe that you can have a wedding ceremony where your guests might not remember the food. Sorry. They might not remember the music. Sorry, sorry, sorry. They might not remember the venue or the hotel. Well, they'll probably remember that. But what they will definitely remember, your guests and your family and even you, is your ceremony, because it is memorable and it is meaningful. And you and they will remember it for the rest of your lives. Especially you. How many people do you know who actually remember their wedding ceremony? You co-create a custom ceremony with the celebrant. I guarantee you will remember it for the rest of your life. That's really it. I've gone through all my props. I think I've said everything that I can think of. Congratulations for getting to the end of this video. Now, if you're engaged, congratulations. Because you are taking each other's hands and you're going to leap off a cliff and trust that you will fly. I say you will. And a custom ceremony will be one of the best days of your life. Won't be the best. I hope you continue to have best days and more best days and days and days and days. But it will be an important element and one of the best days of your life. I hope you give yourself that gift. My name's Tulis McCall. I'm a wedding celebrant. Send me your request with the element and style as you walk down the aisle. It's going to be right on its way to you. And if you have any other questions, shoot them my way. See ya. Can this be the last one?